Welcome back to another episode of Life Stripes with Kathy and Duke. Kathy.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? I have been doing so much more writing.
Oh, good
ever
for
since
you.
COVID. It's amazing. Like I've been seeing like a lot of different streaming companies that are looking for material. So
Yes.
Netflix put out a call for Canadian content, and some other streaming services are looking for content, and I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah,
And with that,
definitely.
so I said, you know what? Let me, I've always been interested in writing and doing and being more creative, not just behind the lens, but creating more content for myself and getting involved with actors. That I've actually started writing a mini series.
What?
I started writing a mini series. It's a 5-minute mini series because I want it nice and bite sized, palatable for people to still keep engaged into the show. Because
Yeah.
nowadays with COVID, I
Yes.
find that a lot of people's attention span is even worse because you're streaming and you're watching so much different content that I said, you know what, let me create something small and that's
Mm-hmm.
palatable. So the show's called Jay and the Boys,
I
and
like that.
and it's about his experience with different relationships. He's a noble guy. He likes to love. He likes to have fun. He's not one of those cheating guys. He wants to get married and everything. But he has friends that are like they're players. They're still in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not the drug game or anything like that. But I've got multiple
They're
women
having
and stuff
they're
like
having
they're having
fun.
fun. You know what I mean? And there's a girl named Dominique where she's like, I would say she's like a dude, but she's a girl. So
Okay.
she's Jay's boys match, so they can't play her. And she actually really, has this personality that a lot of guys fall in love with. But
Yeah.
she's like, but she likes to put these guys in their place, what I mean?
Oh,
The, the dogs.
is this based loosely on real people?
No, you know what? It's more fictional. It's really more fictional. I will say that, people in my life I've seen that, have shared experiences with me or just growing up seeing certain relationships have factored into the writing. But yeah,
Right.
it's a lot
But
of
nobody's coming for royalties.
no.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's what
Be
I've been doing.
careful.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing over this whole,
Nice.
lockdown, COVID. I know we're stage 3, but we're still kind of like staying to ourselves and doing a lot of things. But
Yes.
yeah. Other than
Yeah.
that, that's what I've been doing.
So you're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy, man.
In addition to working full time. Look at
Right,
you.
right. So yeah, that's what I've
Oh,
been doing.
and babysitting. You're babysitting
Yeah,
your grandson.
yeah. Got to spend some time with the little guy.
Yes, you
Gotta spend
do.
some time
Yes,
with
you
the little guy.
do. And that really is what I've been doing. Honestly, between all the work that I do and the kids, I have the kids during the summer. Our separation agreement is 1 week on, 1 week off. So it's pretty intense because you have to keep them busy. These video games have literally taken over the world. And I've never been a video game person, and I'm still not a video game person. But when you have all of these hours in a day, you can't really take them anywhere. There's no Wonderland. We went to the zoo. We did do that.
Yeah.
There really isn't anywhere to go. And so, yeah, I got them a Nintendo Switch.
Nice. Nice.
So,
I remember when I had my Nintendo
oh,
when I was growing up. So hey, man, it's something to occupy some time.
it
It
definitely
is.
is. But I got smart. I thought, I'm not a fan of video games. So I actually so both of my kids have parties in the summer. They have birthdays in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so my daughter had like 3 different get together birthdays, and nonetheless, my son's a lot simpler than her, a lot more simple than her. And so he wanted just intimate family time. So I had everybody over to the house and we did, with our respective distancing. Mind you, we were at a park because I really wanted to distance and have every family in their own little pod.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rain came, so that sucked. So we all reconvened at my mom's house because it's big enough to hold everybody.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I asked everyone for EB Game gift cards just so that it could contribute towards this Nintendo Switch,
for sure. These
right?
things are
And I didn't feel like I was forking out all the money for something that I really don't want them to have. But what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So they've spent a lot of time on that. I am back in school.
Yes.
So
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
How does it feel being a student now again? You know, like
Well, I don't know if you noticed the bags under my
a
eyes,
lot of
but
studying, right?
I'm tired.
Yeah, a lot of studying, man.
A lot of studying. And then when you have kids that need your attention, it's really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, I really find it challenging. Thank goodness I have, well, my nephews were here for the summer, so that was awesome. They've been entertained. And also I have a godson, so he's always popping by, or we're going by their house or whatnot. So that's been really, really good. Thank goodness. But yeah, it's been hard studying and, working and the kids, but I will get through this like we get through everything else. I haven't hit the beach yet. I know a lot of
A lot of
people at
people
the
are going,
beaches,
man.
so
I see. I'm on Instagram, so I see a lot of IG stories that people are
yes,
at different beaches. Like I've seen so many different beaches. Like I've never heard of this beach. I've never heard of
yeah,
that one either. You know, and I'm like, wow, there's so many places in
so many.
Ontario and in Toronto, or outside of Toronto that are beautiful that you can go visit and have some great family time.
I
That
agree.
most people probably would have never done had not this
Been
pandemic happened, right?
Yeah, you're
So,
absolutely right. Yeah, I think I might try and get out next week, but I love Sandbanks. My girlfriend has a cottage. Her and her husband have a cottage out in Sandbanks. So we went last year, and I was really hoping to get there this year, but
mhm.
just time, it's just gone.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh,
A
but
lot
I
of,
would like
I've
to
seen a
take
lot
a
of people
day,
going
in
up
a
to
day trip.
A lot of people are going up to Bruce Peninsula
Yeah,
and those places, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, right here in Toronto, you got a lot of people going to Cherry Beach and the boardwalk and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So,
And I live in Milton, so people are coming out to the escarpment, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm ashamed to say I haven't been this year.
yeah.
That's bad.
Even the Toronto, like the Scarborough Bluffs is getting a lot of,
It's
a lot
getting
of
quite
attention.
popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not getting quite popular, but a lot of people are frequenting it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah, no,
amazing. I think after this, when things kind of go back to normal, I think a lot of people are going to reinvent their vacation plans and say,
yeah,
and might do more staycations because there's so many places that you can go to.
yeah. And
Within
even if
the city.
and I think also not that they may redo it because people still like to travel,
Mhm.
but you're gonna, when you're home, it's not gonna be, well, there's nothing to do because there's a lot to do.
Yeah, you've got more options now.
You have a lot more options now. Yeah, we're
Well, the options
discovering.
have always been there. It's just that we've never taken advantage of it because we've always had the option of flying out and going somewhere else,
Yes, yes. And they
right?
say Ontario is yours to discover. Well, people, it is time to
Oh,
discover.
they
Myself
de-
included, I need
they
to do more
definitely
more
they're
discovery.
definitely discovering a lot of new gems that
Yeah.
are out there for you to go out and have some fun and enjoy family time or friends or whoever you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
But it seems like the beaches and cottages
Yeah.
are really picking up this year. And I
And
mean,
the
cottages
cottage
have
is,
always been popular, but I
that's
find
true.
I find
But
like since once we got to like stage 3, or even some people went to cottages in stage 2,
yeah.
that a lot more people are going to cottages.
And any cottage that is available is no longer available. And they're also a little bit pricey because people know that
Oh,
they
they're
can
very
jack up the
pricey.
price.
Well, even
Yeah.
Airbnbs, they put in the news the other day that Airbnbs are you're not allowed to rent them for like parties and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. Well, people are getting hurt. There's a lot
Oh,
of drama.
they're getting hurt, and you're having parties where people are not social, like
Social,
with social distancing and
they're
stuff
not
like
being
that,
careful.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're getting too crowded. I have seen online where people are having like outside park things,
Hmm.
but they're still
Yeah.
like it's still pretty crowded,
Right.
so
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just think as long as we're continuing to stay safe, because like we all kind of figured as, everything started opening up, that the numbers were going to jump again when it came to COVID. And that is not, they're not tremendously horrible, but
yeah.
they're inching. And now with the whole back to school thing, I think we all really just need to be very, very mindful
Mhm.
about our practices, our clean practices and stuff, because when these kids go back to school, oh, we have to be so diligent, not just within our home, but also teaching them and instilling in them. I'm sure the teachers will do a great job if you choose to send your kid back to school, which I'm really curious about. How many people are going to send their kids back to school?
That's a topic in its own, right?
Yeah,
Like I think that there's a lot of people that are really uncomfortable with it.
yeah,
There's some people that they just can't wait to get their kids back into school. right? Because they need that kind of separation and that break from their kids, right?
Right.
Um, but I do think that you know there's still some grave concerns because you have kids that they're not going to wear a mask every day or all
Yeah.
day. Schools, classrooms are still kind of crowded. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know what the real plan is there in regards to, are you going to make the class sizes smaller or how that
Apparently not.
works? But so a lot of people, parents have an issue with that. A lot of politicians have an issue with that, and
Yeah,
they're
I
fighting
do
back.
too, frankly.
They're looking right now to push it like what 2 weeks start. Like there's going to be
Yeah,
a delay for 2 weeks.
it's not going to
Um,
be on the
exactly.
scheduled Labor Day. Yeah,
Right.
I
So,
totally agree.
but the plan still is you're still gonna have that same amount of kids in the
Same.
classroom, right? So,
Yeah,
uh,
I
you know,
know.
I don't know. That, like, for me, it's one of those things. Like, we see the numbers. I don't know how skewed the numbers are in regards to cases still.
Yeah,
One weekend you have 90, one weekend you have 100 in
yeah,
Ontario. Now, mind you, out of that 100, how many are in Toronto? How many are in
right,
Durham, East York,
right.
North York? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or what areas are still hot spots, right? We don't
Yeah,
don't really know
right.
in that sense. But I do know this. I don't, and I'll apologize to every parent out there. Kids are nasty. You know what I mean? Especially when they're young. You're gonna put
Yeah.
your hands in your mouth, your ears, your nose. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And that's the other thing. You bring up a great point because not only are they nasty, okay, but also it's flu season. Technically,
that
it's
too.
flu season.
That too.
So, do you have a flu? Do you have COVID? I think there's going to be a lot of little freakouts going on
Yeah.
at any given time. But at the same time, it's if everyone is doing what they need to do to protect themselves, you think like, okay, then maybe we won't get the flu as rampant as we normally do, right? Because
Yeah.
how is the flu virus spread? It's just
It's
pretty much
possible.
the same way that COVID is spread, right?
Yeah, it's possible that a lot of people are gonna do a much better job of keeping themselves contained.
Yeah,
I do like the fact that even though that the numbers are down, a lot
yeah,
of corporations are saying, hey, let's still work at home
from
until
home.
2021,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I think that will protect a lot of people
yes.
because for one, I'm not going back to work in the office until probably maybe even spring of 2021.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of other companies are saying the same thing. So
Wow. Well,
yeah,
I know that
so
I know that there are some places that are saying you can come into the office,
yeah, it's
but if you
optional.
choose to work from home, so they're giving you
Yeah,
options.
it's optional, and but
Oh,
for people who really, like it's winter, winter's gonna come soon. The
yeah,
subway system, like who really wants to be on a subway train
yeah,
or bus around
mhm,
flu season too, right? Because that would be the perfect time for the a second wave to happen,
yes.
right?
It's so true. It's so true. And I will also tell you, I drove by Yorkdale today. That mall was packed again.
Oh, every mall is packed.
I'm like, what is really happening right now?
Every mall is packed. Everywhere I've driven, I haven't been in a mall yet,
No, me neither.
but I do see like when like on the highway, if I pass by Fairview or Yorkdale, and
Yeah,
I look at the parking lot, I'm like, it's packed,
it is packed. And the
right?
theaters are
Restaurants
opened.
restaurants are busy too.
And the theaters are open, so I'm guilty. I did take the kids. My best friend and I took our kids to go see SpongeBob,
Yeah, yeah,
and fortunately the theater was empty, so it's like we had our own private screening. There's probably like 4 or 5 other people in the
yeah,
theater,
yeah.
so I anticipate that that's pretty much going to be the way the theaters are going to operate for a while. In
I,
addition to
I want to go back to myself. I can't lie because I'm a VIP guy.
yeah,
I've got 3 passes on me that I haven't used because
yeah,
COVID came, and where are you going, right?
yeah,
Um, I, I'll still go to the movie
yeah.
because I went to the gym. I went to the gym on Saturday.
So do you have to like book your time? Because I've been
You have
hearing
to
a
book
lot.
your time.
Okay.
You book your time,
Mhm.
and like you use the app and you book your time. And I went to the gym, and the way if the theaters are doing like what the gyms are doing,
Yeah.
then I feel safe.
What are the gyms doing? I
Because
don't go
the
to a gym,
gyms are
so.
like, you book your time, you get an hour. While
Mhm.
you're even working out, they're cleaning.
Okay.
They're spraying
Okay.
things down, wiping it down, cleaning. Then once
Okay.
your hour is over, you leave. They clean for an hour, and then the
Oh.
next group of people come in.
Oh, so you're going in blocks.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right. But
Got it.
they're constantly cleaning. So I mean, if you do
Mhm.
a movie, you know, and you're really like sanitizing
Yeah.
theater, like a VIP where it's like you're already
I
assigned
didn't
seats anyways.
I didn't stick
So
around to see how they cleaned up after.
yeah,
I didn't stick around
I
for.
can I can say, and I'll say, big up Good Life. You guys are doing a great job of managing the sanitization of
Of the
cleaning up
gym.
gyms and
That's
all the
excellent.
equipment.
No showers, I'm hearing?
I don't know. I didn't even look at that part because
Okay, 'cause
I've never taken a shower at the gym in my life.
okay.
I'm very
Okay.
scornful. I would never do
Yeah.
it. I'm going home. So
Gotcha.
I can't do it. It always blows my mind, Kathy, that when I
Yeah.
see people in the gym and they're walking around in their bare feet on
Feet.
the gym floor, in the change room, I'm like, this is not your house.
Right.
Like it's not your
Yeah.
house.
See,
Okay? So
I
you
don't
wonder
go
why
to
you wonder why people get athlete's foot.
this is true. Mind you, I don't go to a gym, but I do go to a yoga studio. Well, we
Right.
did go to a yoga studio,
Right.
and we are all bare feet, so I really shouldn't scrunch up my face, but
I scrunch up my face. I'm scornful. I'm not doing it. I don't care. Even if
oh
I
man.
used to go to the gym early in the morning, like 5, 6 in the morning, I
Yeah,
come back home, shower, get ready, and then go back to work. I
that
will
is
not do
hilarious.
it. I will
That's
not. I
hilarious.
just can't
I
do it.
love it. But nonetheless, people don't really care about what it is we're doing at the gym. This has been this has been like a catch-up
It's
episode
a
of
catch
Life
up.
Stripes.
But
You know,
but the question here is, do you feel comfortable with your kids going back to
back
school
to
in September?
school.
So if you don't feel comfortable, hit us up, leave us a message, let us know what your reasons are and your thoughts,
Mhm.
and maybe some solutions. What do you think that the government should do? And
Yeah,
yeah, hit us up. A
that would
lifestyle.
be great. Yes. I would love to hear everyone's opinion about what to do with these kids if you're sending them back to school. For selfish reasons, I want to send mine back to school, but mine also want to go back to, well, my
Yeah, for sure.
daughter wants to go back to school because she loves hanging out with her friends. My son, not so much because he is obsessed with his video games. So I would really like to hear what everyone else is doing. I would love that.
For sure. Well, listen, it was great catching up. We'll do this again next week for sure. Guys, if you like what you saw, please hit us up, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment, and we will see you next week, Monday, for sure. Peace.
Yes. Peace out.